How about some rare tools? Well, hello, and welcome to Sewing Seams with Deb, and another video in my series, the top 5 series of sewing tools. And today's episode is all about rare or unusual tools. Rare as in rarely used, or could be rare as in no one's ever heard of them. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you're well, and I hope you've been able to get a lot of sewing in, or at least some sewing in, and using some of your sewing tools. So in this episode today, I want to show you my first quite unusual and rare sewing tool. It's a hand brush or a hand broom. It's actually broken, and I use it all the time. Now, it's really good for dusting around the sewing machine and on the sewing table, but I particularly use it, I particularly use it when I've been drafting patterns, and you've used the rubber, the eraser, and there's all those scrappy bits of rubber and little scrappy bits of fabric and everything. I brush them all up and bring them all together and sweep them into the little bin that I've got. So it's like a manual broom. I think back in the day we used to, a lot of us, it depends how old you are, used to have table brooms where you'd sweep the crumbs from afternoon tea or whatever off your tablecloth, and you'd brush them into a little catcher. Actually, one moment please, I'll show you another one I've got. There's this one. It is an actual table broom, and it's a little bit more glamorous than the first one, because you actually do brush things into this tiny little dustpan. So you brush all your clippings or your rubbings out, or if it's your afternoon tea table, you brush all your crumbs into this little tray and then pop that in the bin. So this is really, really handy, very unusual. Don't ask me where I got this one from. I don't remember. It was probably the $2 shop. And this one, albeit ratty, is the most favourite because it's so good for dusting. So yeah, how's that for unusual and rare? The next one I've got is this little bad boy here. Now, it looks like a pen, literally, but wait, it's actually a magnet. So really, really cool when you've dropped a pin or a needle or something like that on the carpet. My sewing room's got the carpet. Or if I'm sewing up a garment or something like that in the sewing room, in the lounge room, and I might drop the needle on the floor or near the chair. So you can put that under the chair and it will magnetize onto the end. I'll just show you how it looks. So yeah, magnetize the pin on the end, or the set of pins, or whatever it is you're picking up. So it's quite strong. Yeah, it's really, really handy. Quite weird. It even, look how strong that is. That's a special, Hujay Kapivi. One of those things. Dubalakis. No, it's actually a special screwdriver for my sewing machine when I go to oil it, but also known as a Hujay Kapivi. Anyway, that magnetizes very well. And, if you happen to drop your needle into the doings of the sewing machine down in where the bobbin is, you can get it out with the magnet. So, really cool, very rare, and almost, unusual. So I don't use it that often, but really handy when I do use it, gotta say. Now this next one, I don't use it that often, but very, very good when I do use it. It looks like this. It kind of just looks like, I don't know, sticky tape in a way. It comes in a packet like this, and it is actually instant hem tape, they call it. I use it when I am hemming a garment, and I might show you the one I've got on right now, which I did do the hem on with this. So I measure up the hem and then place this tape on there and then iron it up. You can't see it because it's white on white, sorry. Then iron that over the top, like just position it. Can you see that? Position it like that. Iron it over the top like that. Sorry, fold it over the top. Then iron that down there all the way along. And that sticks to it. And then all you got to do is do your twin needling. So although this skirt, oh yes, this skirt has been twin needled, or this dress, you can't see it because it's white on white. But I'm telling you, it's a fact. It's been twin needled and a very nice hem, I must say. So this is really, it's not that unusual, I suppose, but rare because I rarely use it because I don't make that many skirts or bottoms of dresses, but also really good for a t-shirt, just to get the right width and to hold it in place on the sleeve or on the band at the bottom. Well, it's not a band, at the bottom of the bodice. So really, really helpful. It's instant hem tape. There's also this thing called double stick fusible tape. I don't believe this needs an iron. I've never used this yet. I bought it at some sale or other. And you just pull off the paper and then it sticks. So that's a very, very thin version of the same hem tape. So you can use that to do the edge of your hem, or it's kind of like a light seam, or other fabrics, or any two fabrics that you want to put together. You do iron it just for a split second. And then you can go ahead and you know that it's all measured correctly because you've held it down. I also know that using some of these hem tapes are really good for bag making. If you want to make it exactly the same width strap, or if you want to make exactly the same fold down area on the top of the bag. So really good to get accuracy. So this next tool is quite small. It looks like a quick unpick at first glance, although it isn't. Now it has got a little, I'm sure there's a name for it. Wouldn't have a clue what it's called. It's got a little round thing on it. Can you see that? Might be able to see that like that. And it drops down like that. It drops down and grabs something. So I'll try and demonstrate it. So especially good for wool jumpers or things that have got a pull on it. This is one of my hand knitted wool jumpers. It doesn't have any pulls. You know when a thread is pulled through to the wrong side? If you want to pull it back to the other side, you can poke this through. I'll just try and show you. Poke it through like that. It's coming through. It grabs the loose pulled thread and it pulls it back through the other side. It's an amazing little tool. Pretty rare. I don't think I've seen it at the shop. I'm sure you all have, but I haven't gone looking either. But I use it all the time because you know, quite often you walk past a door or something and you, not just the woolen garments, but any of the others, they sometimes get caught and sometimes they can be saved by a little tool like this. So it's rare to use it. I don't use it that often. And it's unusual as well. So it definitely comes under the category of rare and unusual, gotta say. Now the last one for today is a doozer. It was a gift and I absolutely love it, especially when I go to sewing days or if I go away on a holiday or something like that. looks like a lipstick, and I'm a big lipstick user. I absolutely love my lipstick. I'm always reapplying. Looks like a lipstick, but no weight. You wind it up just like lipstick, and you keep your pins in it. How cool is it? So pins or needles. So this has got needles in it, and they're so securely placed away. So awesome. Love it. What a good present it was. Very unusual, and I've literally don't think I've seen one, but I really appreciate this. Was an awesome gift that my sister gave me, and I really treasure it. It's a real treasure. Now on needles, and I'm sort of putting it under a similar category because it's sewing needles, I've also got this little thing, which I'm pretty sure some of you have seen this before in the shops. It's a, I call it like a needle keeper, and it's got special stuff in there, and I think it's sawdust or something like that, so that when you put your needles back in there, you can hear it crunch. You wouldn't be able to hear that probably, but just in case you can. You can hear it crunch through, and it actually sharpens the needles. So it doesn't blunt them, let's put it that way. So often I'll keep them threaded. So that one's threaded with, I've already got some blue on there. That red one's, haven't got much, but yeah, sometimes I'll keep them threaded because sometimes you just want to quickly restitch a button on or something. And if, you know, I put this back with thread in it, they're really handy to have on hand. So that's where that's my needle keeper, number one. And number two is this needle keeper for going away or going out of the house. Very, very safe and awesome. Gotta love it. Thanks for sticking to the end. We're at the end again. And it's always a lot of fun to go through some of these tools, especially these really weird and unusual ones. And I'm just having so much fun sharing it all with you, and reminding myself of how much stuff I've got and how many cool little things I've got. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you get some time to do a bit of sewing. And until I see you again, take good care and stay well. Happy sewing. Bye.